Whoa. 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 Hello, bros. We're back on this shit. I had my Junthies submit sins. I will read them to you today. If we get a bad one, they have to be cleansed by holy water, which means I'll take a drink. Okay? Can we see the discarded sins for funnies? One of them was like an unbanned request. That was pretty funny. We gather here before the light of God bathes us, those who are unworthy, such as you, chatter, such as you, in grace and forgiveness. For some of you, maybe not so much. We'll need to take out the big guns for you, maybe. Whenever I'm feeling sad and down on my luck, I go to the mental health / venting channels of other Discord servers and see all of the people who have it worse. And I immediately feel better about myself. I know it's fucked up, but it really does make my current and future problems seem so much smaller and more manageable. I do this too. I do this for Reddit. I do this on Reddit. Dog, are we going to hell? I think we're going to hell, man. Are you the archfiend of cringe? As a wee lad, I ventured through the local grocery store. I wasn't hungry, yet the demons took hold, and I had the urge to nom on something. I took a loaf of white bread wrapped in its plastic sleeve, the Wonder Bread, and I bit into it, plastic and all, but the hunger wasn't there, only the urge to menace. So I put it back on the shelf. The only evidence was my bite mark, a monument to the deed. What? Insane gluttony. Insane, sinister gluttony. But it was just to feel the texture of the bread in their mouth. My man was possessed by a goat. Wow. As an adult, I once tricked a guy into taking a girl who had a crush on me. I didn't want anything to do with her because she had thick sideburns. That's the shit I'm talking about, dog! Yes, man! Yes, dude! Chatter acquitted. You are acquitted, Chatter. But you did commit a big pride. My worst sin is enjoying a Juniper stream. I can never forgive myself. Thank you. Next sin. I helped a drunkard who could barely stand to his room at one of our party weekends at my night shift job hotel job. Fuck. Stupid. And accepted a 50-pound tip when he was clearly trying to give me 10 pounds, but was too drunk to discern the bills. I mean, it's a little greedy, but when you're that fucked up, honestly, first of all, and I say this as somebody who's gotten too fucked up before, you take what you can get. If somebody is willing to bring you back to your hotel, you give them anything they fucking want because you fucked up and you were embarrassing and you had too much to drink and you needed help. It's a treacherous line of things. Okay, that's not what I meant. It's an apology. It's like, I'm sorry you had to deal with me. I once made a bet on a card for my middle school science teacher's... What? Made a bet on a card for my middle school science teacher's dead husband and cheated in order to win. Okay, we're gonna need some more context. Hang on. I think the rest of this post is going to explain what the fuck is going on. Around like 8th grade, my science teacher's husband passed away in a car accident and the whole school was getting together to make a big card for her. So while we were all drawing on the card and signing it, I looked at my friend and said, I bet you $2 that 15 people write, I'm sorry for your loss on the card. She somehow took me up on this lowball bet and we struck a deal. Well, a few minutes go by and I only count 14 sorry for your losses on the card. Noticing that the line was getting short, I went up to one of the 6th graders and specifically told them to write, I'm sorry for your loss. And just like that, I made an easy $2. All I had to do was cheat. The worst part is I don't remember if I even did get the money, but I do remember pressing my friend over it for a whole week. Please forgive me. This is, pretty fucking cynical, man. Holy, that's pretty fucking cynical. The Juffies are either cutie patooties or characters from Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Yeah, dude, those are my kids. I raised those boys. Alright, sin time. A few years ago, me and a friend's mom smashed. She's technically a grandma, but a young one. A few years go by, I smash another older woman. Come to find out, she's also a young grandma. It gets worse. Her daughter had a kid with the first mom's son. I smashed. So I became a full step grandpa on both sides on accident. Badass. Fuck it. That's badass. That ain't no sin. That's yeah, that's fucking awesome, dude. That's cool. My steak is too juicy. My lobster too buttery. Man, go to hell. You don't get any holy water. That's not a sin, you fucking braggart. I ran away from school no less than 3 times in elementary school because I missed my mom. Each instance, I got less and less far before getting caught. That's hilarious. Aww, aww, aww. Everybody give them an aww. Sin of mama's boy. Whatever, man. That's cute. Sin of loving your mom too much. Come on, man. This is why the Jumfies can't do this shit, dog. Because there's like a few that are just like some sinister shit. And then there's like, I just love my mom too much. They're so cute, man. During college, I found out a girl I knew in high school was attending the same college. We didn't know each other well as we attended different high schools, but we were friendly due to a mutual friend who would sometimes tease each other. Harmless flirting, I thought. At college, I happened to see her walking to class, flagged her down, caught up a bit, and we shared numbers. She told me that very few of her friends went there, and she didn't connect well with her roommates. So I reached out and invited her to hang out with me. What started as, hey, come hang out at my dorm floor, there's always something going on, turned into us getting lunch, dinner, getting up to platonic college shenanigans. I miss shopping cart jousting for weeks straight. A couple times she stayed late enough I would walk with her to her apartment building. It was all just very friend stuff to me, albeit it was quite the whirlwind since it all happened in a week. Near the end of the week, she asked if I wanted to come over and watch a movie. This is where the sin begins. I took her absolutely at face value, asking what movie she had. I never saw Inception, so I was excited when she mentioned that and when it would be a good time for her. She didn't give me a specific time, but gave me a window and told me to keep my eye on my phone. Day of, she texts me and I head over. She gives me a tour of her apartment and makes a comment about her roommates won't be there until late. I don't think about this at all. She leads me to her room and locks the door. I, being neutron star dense, simply put on the movie and watch it like any friend would. After about 30 minutes, she loses all interest and starts playing League of Legends. I finished the movie. Whoa, okay, bullet dodge! Whoa, let's go! Whoa! Nice. Sorry. I finished the movie, we make some small chat and leave. We never hung out again after that. I tried reaching out a couple times, she was always busy. As school ramped up, I got busy too, so I didn't mind too much. I never even put the pieces together until years later, recounting the event to a friend. Wait, there's one bonus cringe. I want to read this one because I feel like it might give us insight into this person's psyche. I'm not sure. There's a bonus one. It's a bit shorter. I want to read this one because I feel like it might give us insight into this person's psyche. I'm not sure. There's a bonus one. It's a bit shorter. Bonus college cringe. I was drunk at a party trying to get another drink from the fridge when this guy in the kitchen was whining to a girl about how he feels inadequate because he's never been kissed. In my drunken courage, I tell him to keep his chin up. It'll happen when it happens. Don't worry about it. I hadn't been kissed and I wasn't worried about it. At that point, the girl he was talking to just goes, I'd kiss you. I told the guy, see, it'll happen when it happens. Grabbed a drink, walked back to my friends to let them get on with it. The next day, my friend who had also been in the kitchen was retelling the story to other friends that couldn't make it, and that's when I learned the girl had been talking to me. Brother! You're the guy they fucking write anime about! You are the fucking guy! You're the fucking guy that they put in those fucking situations! You are the problem! You're the problem. You're the MC, dog. Holy! You gotta get laid, man. Okay, this person's sin is... Wait, hold on. Sin. One Christmas Eve night, my friends and I were bummed because our greens deliverer flaked. So we decided to go outside and fuck up the Christmas decoration for every house in the entire neighborhood. I'm not sorry, by the way. It was fun. Another sin. I ask people for their favorite song specifically to talk shit about it right to their face. Can I just ask why? Does it make you feel good? Or does it spark a conversation? Recommending music to people is a vulnerable act. It is a vulnerable act. It is. It's like... I feel like it's very intimate, to be honest. That's why, like... I feel like some people don't feel this way, but I do, personally. When an Uber driver is like... What kind of music do you listen to? I'm like, oh, I'll listen to whatever. And if they ask more questions, I get a tiny bit shy and I get a tiny bit bashful. I'm like, well, listen, I'm like a younger person. Like I'm into like some weird shit. Anyways, you need holy water. This summer, I attended a con where I bought an irresponsible amount of merch. Some of the merch was fairly tame, most of it was not. As I was browsing for not so tame merch, I happened across a red and white booth for a Japanese company that makes a large variety of appliances. I spoke with a staff member who unboxed one of their battery-powered appliances, showcasing some of the features and offering to let me touch it. I then proceeded to make a $240 impulse. Fast forward to the day I flew home. When I got to the TSA checkpoint, I took out all my electronics and pocket items but kept the appliance in my backpack to avoid pulling it out in front of others. Turns out that didn't really matter though because I got dragged aside for inspection. Anyways, 2 officers came over to search through my backpack in which they saw the appliance still bound in its original packaging. Though the packaging was discreet, this only prompted them to unwrap and investigate the contents. After a moment of confused inspection and hushed conversation between the two, the one officer brought the appliance to the counter, asking me what it is. I had to give an incredibly awkward explanation of the appliance's purpose, which I thought would be a great idea to use a hand gesture instead of just saying it. My backpack was returned to me without further questioning, but not without a silent judgment. I know it's been a few months since this happened, but should I have flung myself off the plane? Yes. A sin. 13 years ago, some poor fool taught me how to make origami frogs. Since I can't keep my hands still, this eventually became a fidget, which is bad because now there's frogs in my house, my car, my friends' houses, and their cars. Okay, real story. I used to do almost exactly this, but with seals, origami seals, which are extremely easy to make. And I would just make origami seals out of like napkins, and then I would just like leave them. I would like fidget. I would fidget make seals as well. Okay, I get you, bro. That's not the sin though. At my workplace, in a hidden corner away from everything, there's a metal panel, screwed shut. Beyond it is nothing. No plumbing, no wires, just an empty space inside a metal inside a metal counter. At some point, I started slipping the frogs behind the panel like a coin slot. About 10 to 30 frogs a day. At this point, I'm bringing an entire grocery bag of frogs, opening the panel, dumping them in, and sealing it back up again. By my math, a bag can hold about 1,000 frogs, maybe more depending on the size. Let's go with 1,200. If I had to guess, by now there has to be somewhere between 6,000 and 7,000 origami frogs in that box. There's also a full-size plastic skeleton in there. It's complicated. With both no reason to go in there and where the panel is, it's likely no one will stumble on it for years. It might take renovation for it to be unearthed. The company knows it makes frogs, but they don't know the scope of the frog problem, and they wouldn't believe me if I told them. That is fucking awesome. That's so cool, bro. That's so fucking funny. It must have been for like a Halloween decoration. This must have been like just a closet for bullshit. And I was just full of a skeleton and a bunch of thousands of frogs, thousands of origami frogs. What the genuine fuck? What are you doing, man? This is where the dark world in Deltarune Chapter 5 is gonna take place. What the fuck? Hey, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I brought a shiny white stone I found from somewhere in the forest or mountain area. Problem is, a girl in my class also had a shiny white stone. A better one! She mocked you? I didn't like that, so I took my chance during break and hid her stone in a hollow toy T-Rex. But the next day, the guilt was too much for me. I took her stone out and left it at her table without anyone noticing. I'm truly sorry for my envy. Side note, during my presentation, the teacher told me my stone can't be mine. I stole it from the girl because I could never have and deserve such a nice stone. Oh my god. Fuck you, miss whatever. I hope you die unloved. Add wrath and hatred to my sin list. Oh my god. You did have evil in your heart. Listen, I'm not going to say the teacher was right to say that about a child, but I think you had evil in your heart, and I think the teacher knew that you had evil in your heart. Sin. Years ago, I was in an undisclosed Discord server. I do not remember how the line of conversation came to this conclusion, but I was being peer pressured by my friends there. What they did want me to do, you may wonder, post my bare ass in general is what, after much coercion, I caved. Chatter. Jumfi? Hey, Jumfi, were you being coerced? It was a fairly small server and the owner was asleep, and so the moon remained for all to see until the following day. When the owner finally saw my actions, he was more surprised by my brazen acts than actually upset. The picture was deleted. I got off scot-free with no such incidents happening again. Exploited Jumfi. This is not a sin. You are a victim.